There are tons of lies the medical industry come out with each year about diabetes, but does what they say you should do really work? At Health and Fitness Corner we reveal the truth about health and fitness. If you are new here, please subscribe now so you can get the latest info from us. We also have an ebook to share with you, the 11 herbs and spice to lower blood sugar. Please feel free to download today. Here are some of the lies. Big diabetes lie number 1: lowering blood sugar will reverse diabetes. The truth is, high blood sugar does not cause diabetes, it's a symptom of it. Diabetes drugs may help to lower your blood sugar, but, eventually, these drugs lose their effectiveness over a period of time. As a result, your doctor has to increase the dosage and/or add an additional drug until one day, your doctor tells you that you have to go on injectable insulin, and soon more and more insulin injections. Why? Because the cause of the disease has not been addressed. The disease is progressing as if you were taking no medication at all. The same way you wouldn't treat an open wound with painkillers, you should not attempt to reverse diabetes with medications that lower blood sugar. Medications are simply a band-aid for a symptom of diabetes. Nothing more. Worse still, these drugs have been proven to cause kidney failure, liver failure, heart attacks, cancers and strokes. Big diabetes lie number 2: exercise helps reverse diabetes. For many years we have been under the impression that exercise is useful for every person with diabetes. However, in a new study by the Sanford Burnham Medical Research Institute in Orlando, and published in the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism, examined clinical trial that looked at the effects of exercise among people with type 2 diabetes. Their analysis revealed that in 20% of people with type 2 diabetes, exercise did not lead to improvement in blood sugar control, insulin sensitivity, or their body's ability to burn fat. The studies suggest that this resistance to exercise among people with type 2 diabetes is genetic and can be handed down through generations. Big diabetes lie number 3: carbohydrates are your enemy. Why is it that all diabetes now fear carbohydrates? Why are low-carb, high-fat diets seen as a healthy alternative? It's far from the truth. In 1935, Dr. Rabinowitz did a little-known research study on the subject of high-fat diets and diabetes, a disease largely unknown at this time. He writes, "Suffice it to say that it now appears to be fairly well established that carbohydrates improve, whereas fats impair, carbohydrate tolerance, and that carbohydrates increase, whereas fats decrease, the sensitivity of the individual, animal and man, to insulin." 20 years later, in the 1950s, another doctor, Dr. Walter Kempner at Duke University, did an incredible study. He demonstrated that it was not high carbohydrates but in fact high-fat diets that were causing insulin resistance and type 2 diabetes. He even showed that a diet composed of rice and fruit, simple low-fat, high-sugar and carbohydrate foods actually had no negative effect on insulin resistance at all, and actually improved it. Conventional thought about diabetes states that food high in carbohydrate will exacerbate diabetes and increase the requirement for insulin and medication. This is the cornerstone of the Atkins diet, the South Beach diet, the Zone diet and the Paleo Revolution. Central to each of these diets is a reduction in carbohydrate intake, for the explicit purpose of reducing the need for insulin, which in turn reduces the severity of diabetes and leads to significant weight loss. So, by this low-carbohydrate rationale, Dr. Kempner's rice-fruit diet should have resulted in metabolic disaster for his patients living with type 2 diabetes. The rice-fruit diet should have increased his patients' insulin requirements, caused unwanted weight gain, and exacerbated cardiovascular disease. In fact, it was quite the opposite. The increased carbohydrates had, in fact, improved insulin resistance. Dr. Kempner was one of the first physicians to prove that carbohydrates are not the enemy. I couldn't believe what I was seeing from research. Within all your life there are lies about diabetes and none of them out there want to tell you truth. Now that a natural remedy is out, please take advantage of it today before they fight it off the market. The link below in the description will take you to the diabetes remedy as it's an affiliate link. If you want to learn more, please subscribe to this channel, and if you like, give us a thumbs up.